Ugh. Hello everyone, and welcome to my first YouTube Q&A. So, I surprisingly have never done a Q&A on my channel before. I have a little cup of coffee in my Christmas mug. And I actually never drink coffee, but I bought these instant little packs of coffee. They were also a lot cheaper than I was expecting because I looked up on Google. A cup of coffee at Starbucks is like $4.50, and I got a pack of 10 of these for $6. And I'm drinking this because I figured I'm just gonna be talking to the camera for a long time. I just gotta like sustain my own conversation with myself. So I figured maybe a cup of coffee could give me the energy to do so. I don't think I got enough subscribers to be getting some questions from you guys, from y'all. So I'm just answering my own questions. Yeah. These questions are ones that I made for a little icebreaker activity for a club I used to be in, but the activity never really ended up happening. It was an epic fail. It was actually really embarrassing, and people bullied me saying my questions were weird. But I think they're interesting, and they actually are good conversation starters versus just like, oh, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do for fun? Oh, where are you from? Oh, that's so cool. What did you do today? So these are actually creative questions to really break the ice. It's an icebreaker, not a simple, boring conversation. So these questions were never put to good use. But honestly, maybe it was meant to be. Maybe it was meant to be that the activity was a fail, because now I'm just repurposing the questions for this video. You know, the universe works in mysterious ways. Okay, I guess comment down below your answers to these questions, your own answers. Yay! I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. First question. If you could be any animal, what would you be and why? So this is one of like the more simple questions, the more basic ones. We're starting off easy, but some of them, I actually don't know what animal I would be. I don't know. I need time to think. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna go with a frog. Or do I want to do a frog? Because you can go on the water and you can go on land and you can jump high. And I just think I could really romanticize living a swamp life. And I'd have my little tadpole babies and we'd swim in the lake together. And there'd be like really pretty lily pads and algae. And it would be like a little bit gross, but I'd be a frog, so I'd be used to it. And yeah, our lives would be simple, but they'd be beautiful. So I choose frog. Question 2. If you could be any type of building, what would it be? Oh, any building. I would be... I don't know. This is hard. I don't even know why I thought of this question. I would be... Like, I don't even know what that means. Maybe like a movie theater? And then I could like watch my own movies. Okay, honestly, I'd be a library, because then I would just like read my own books, and libraries are usually pretty. They're usually beautiful. So I want to be a building. Or I mean, a library. Okay, no, not a library. I want to be a bookstore that's like really small in like a little village owned by this like sweet little old lady who loves books. Would you rather explore the depths of the ocean or outer space? This is like literally the easiest question on here. Like, why would you be limited to just the ocean versus all of the universe? So that's easy peasy lemon squeezy, outer space. Maybe I could find some aliens. Maybe I could find another ocean and then just explore the depths of that ocean. So best of both worlds. Would you rather have all your farts be quiet and smell horrible, or literally so gross and loud and smell like nothing? I would choose to have them be loud and smell like nothing, because if a fart is really loud, that's like embarrassing, but if a fart is really smelly, that's gross. I'd rather feel embarrassed than people think I'm gross. And if it smells like nothing, then what's the harm? If you could be any plant, what would it be? I would just be like a tree. A lot of other plants and animals would like live symbiotically with you. Is that a symbiotic relationship? Well, unless you have like a parasite, then that's a parasite, not a symbiotic. I want to be a tree in a jungle, and I want there to be like a lot of vines and a lot of moss on me, and I want little bugs. I want little caterpillars to make their cocoon on my branches, and I think it could be great. And a little owl can live in my trunk. Okay, what superpower do you wish you had, and how would you use it specifically for evil? I think this is a really good twist on a common own question, adding how you would use it for evil. So the superpower that I would want is, being able to freeze time, but I don't age while I freeze time because I would always be freezing time. And then eventually I'd be way older than I should be, and people would start questioning things, and then the government would experiment on me. And also, that would just be sad if I was like way older than I should be, and then everyone would just be dying around me. Or no, I would die. I would die. Oh, how would I use it for evil? If someone was being mean to me, I would freeze time and then do something mean to them. Like I'd freeze time, punch them in the face, then go back to my spot and then unfreeze time. And they'd be like, oh my gosh, where did this pain come from? So honestly, I feel like that's not evil because you're just getting your rightful revenge. Or I also would like steal money from rich people. If you could completely renovate any room in your future dream home with no budget, which room would it be? I love this question, and this is my own question that I made up. I would renovate my kitchen because I love cooking and I love just a really big, nice kitchen with lots of cool appliances and really nice countertops. Just the kitchen is such a fun place to hang out. You could use the island as a dining room table, as a desk, as a place to play board games, a place to hang out with friends. So there's just always really good vibes in the kitchen. It really is the heart of the home. Would you rather be trapped in a romantic comedy with your enemies or trapped in a horror movie with your friends? I would rather be trapped in a horror movie with my friends because like what? And I also think I would do really good in a horror movie. Unless, are we talking about like demons and supernatural stuff or like a murderer? Because if it's just a human threat, I feel like I would actually do really good. I also think I would do really good in a zombie apocalypse. Like, just don't make dumb decisions. Set up a good base. If I'm with my besties, we just stick together and we can fight anything that comes our way. And we'd also have fun. And if we made it out alive, we're connected through this traumatic experience. And our bond is even greater than it was before. And then if we die, well, I'm dying with my besties. And a rom-com like, and what? With my enemies? What are your top 3 must-haves in a bunker for an apocalypse? Okay, this is like aside from just the basic survival necessities. My must-haves would be board games because that would make me never bored, even though they're called board games. And if I'm with my besties, just like in my little horror movie, maybe the horror movie is I'm in the apocalypse in a bunker and there's a murderer trying to get us. So I'm actually combining the 2 questions. Number 2, I choose a little library because then I could read a bunch of books and my besties and I can read books together and have a little book club. And it's not just like books for entertainment, it's books for knowledge as well. And there can be some books about survival. So if we ever decide that we want to leave the bunker, which I'm sure we will, we'll be really good survivalists. And then lastly, I choose those little like instant meals from Spy Kids. You know, the first Spy Kids movie when the kids go to like the secret little base that their parents had set up or something. And then the girl Spy Kid, the older sister, she like puts that little just like packet in the microwave and then magically there's like delicious burgers and fries. I choose to have those packets and an unlimited supply so I could have instant delicious meals and share them with my besties. If you could be any fictional character, who would it be? Oh boy. Maybe I would choose Phineas from Phineas and Ferb because he's always doing fun little things with his Ferb and they're just so smart, always thinking of crazy inventions. So I choose Phineas. If you could live inside any video game or movie/show, what would it be? I'm just gonna go with Harry Potter because even though that's a really basic, a really popular probably choice, I would love to go to Hogwarts. I would really study hard. Like I would be a big studier because I would want to be a really smart wizard and living in Hogwarts for what? Is it 7 years? That would be so cool. I would love that. And then you get to be a wizard. So I choose Harry Potter. Would you rather only be able to eat your favorite food for the rest of your life or only be able to eat food Wait, what? Would you rather only be able to eat your favorite food for the rest of your life or only be able to eat that food for 1 year? Oh. There's different ways you can perceive this. So would I rather only be able to eat my favorite food for the rest of my life and that's the only thing I can eat? Or I only have 1 year left to be able to eat that food? I would choose 1 year left. What? Because I would very quickly get bored only being able to eat that one food. Honestly, I'm gonna go with, my favorite No. Wait. I can't decide if my favorite food is pasta or sushi. I'm gonna go with sushi. Or pasta. No, I do sushi. But I'd only be able to eat that for 1 year and then I can't anymore. Honestly, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make because I can't be eating sushi for every single meal for the rest of my life. What would your... Ooh, this is a good question. What would your weapon / tool of choice be if you were in the Hunger Games? Oh boy, this is a good question. See, these are good questions, guys. It really gets you thinking. So you can actually use these questions if you're ever looking for a conversation starter. So you're welcome. I would choose a tool versus a weapon because I would feel really bad killing people unless it was self-defense. But I'd rather just like kind of hide by myself versus like killing everyone else to win. I want to let them kill themselves off first and just like be in my little own world. Honestly, maybe enjoy myself a little. If it was in the first Hunger Games, I'm just in a simple little forest. So the tool I choose is... I don't know what I would do. I'm just gonna go with a simple knife. Can't go wrong with the knife. You can chop things up. What more could you ask for? Or would I go with like a pot so I could boil water? But with a knife, I could just carve out a coconut and use that for a pot. Would that work? I don't know how to do that, but I could just practice beforehand. I could also use my knife for self-defense. I could use it to cut things to build a shelter and just... Would you rather be able to speak all languages or be able to talk to animals? Talk to all animals. Because even though it's like impossible to learn all languages, there just ain't enough time. But there is enough time if I can freeze time. I'd be able to speak to animals because you can't learn to speak to animals, but you can learn how to speak other languages. I'd be like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, little doggy? I could like get animals to be my friends and then have them do favors for me. I'm sure they'll pull little sneaky tricks for me. Like if there's someone I don't like, I'll talk to a bird. And I'll be like, hey, can you go poop on this person? They're really rude to me. And then bam. I wouldn't exploit them and I wouldn't take advantage of them, okay? We'll like exchange favors. Ugh. I don't know. If you were immortal for a day, what would you do? I would jump off a cliff for it. To hold it. I think could be old is trafficking. Honestly, but like eating. Well, but working. That would suck. If you had an intro song that played every time you walked into a room, what would it be? Oh, I need to look at my songs to get my inspiration. But I know I'll find it easy. Meet Me Halfway by the Black Eyed Peas. Because I love that song. It's always just perfect to get you dancing crazy. Great song to have in the car while you're driving down the road and the windows are rolled down. I walk into a room. Everyone's like, oh yeah, baby. So yeah, I think that would be great. I feel like this is the most I've talked in a long time. Would you rather have 5 half-size clones of yourself or 1 full-size clone of yourself? That is really interesting. I choose 5 half-size clones because let's say all your brains are connected. What one clone experiences, the other 5 also experience. I would just put all my half-size clones to work. I'd have them doing 5 things at once so they could like do all my chores. I'd have to like keep them in my house. Otherwise people would be like, how are there 6 of you? They would never be able to leave, but they don't complain. They're just like honestly robots that obey my every orders and have no emotions. I make them just like educate themselves just 24/7 day and night, and then I just absorb all the information they get because we're all connected, so then I'm super smart. What would you do on Purge night if the Purge was real? I wouldn't kill anyone. Honestly, I think the most unrealistic part about the Purge movies is how many people are going out and killing people. Like, are there really that many undercover murderers in society? Like, if there was a day where people were like, you can go out and kill people if you want, I wouldn't be like, yes, finally. Like, I still got a moral conscience. But of course, if there weren't lots of people murdering people in the Purge movies, there wouldn't be so much of a plot. So I don't blame them. I don't blame the director or the producer or the writer. But yeah, I would just hide in my house. I also would be like really selfish. Like in the first movie when that boy let that person into his home to protect him. Yeah, well, then your dad died. So if someone was asking to come in for safety, I would say no. I'm just risking my whole life to potentially save a life, but honestly, it could all be a trap and then they'll end up killing me and whoever else is with me. And ideally, I would be hiding with my friends, but also I'm not gonna lie, I would be a little paranoid that one of my friends would turn on me and try to kill me. But then also, if the purge is real, it would encourage me to be a better person because I don't want to make any enemies that would want to kill me. So honestly, it wouldn't be so bad of a time. We'd play board games and protect each other. Would you rather always have to sing when you talk or have to replace any time you would usually walk with crawling? Oh, that's actually a hard one. This is like the hardest would you rather. Oh, that's actually hard. So it would suck if I always had to sing, because then I could never have a normal conversation. Or I guess you could learn sign language. Or have to replace any time you would usually walk with crawling. That would suck. No, I would do the sing when I talk, and then I just like wouldn't talk that much. Because there are other ways of communication, but crawling anytime you would usually walk, that would actually be horrible. Like, I would just live my life in a lot more silence. Maybe that could be good for me. It would help me be a better listener. You could still like do normal things without talking, but if you gotta crawl when you walk, you can't really live a normal life. We're on the last question. Oh boy. Would you rather only be able to wear a bathing suit for a week or only professional business attire for a month? I would choose bathing suit for a week because really the only difference is I just wouldn't have a shirt on. Then I would just either go swimming every day or just like stay inside. But only wearing professional business attire for a month would be really annoying. And if it's hot outside or hot in your home, then you're gonna be sweating a lot. So, bathing suit it is. I guess that's the last of my questions. I'm like literally honestly exhausted. That was a lot of talking and no talking back. I'll just imagine that you were talking back to me and we had a really great conversation. So, I guess God's miracle if you made it this far. I hope you liked to listen to me just answer my questions. I hope you liked also hearing the questions. Oh yeah, I guess it wasn't like a Q&A, get to know me, get to know my life. It was a Q&A, just silly questions. Comment down below your answers. I will enjoy reading them. If this video goes crazy, I'll get like a few comments. Okay, I am losing subscribers. Every time I post a video, I like lose 2 subscribers. Road to 0, baby. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.